You serious? uh, that was awkward, but I'm going to leave it in the video. So, what am I doing? um, it's your boy Dan Plays. So, what is wrong with me? I'm acting weird because I don't know what to say. Let me turn the PC off. It's a laptop, even not a PC. So, um, is the microphone blocked? I hope not. So anyway, hello there guys, how you doing today? It's your boy Dan Pace. This video, it's a video that I wanted to make for some time now, I guess, but I've been afraid to make it. Let me adjust something. The phone is on a charger right now. It's not on a tripod or anything fancy. It's like on the arm of the chair. But let me not digress. This is uncomfortable because this video is a video that I wanted to make and get the words right, but I'm now realizing you cannot make a perfect video with the words coming out right. Well, I realized that last year when all my videos the audio would get lost and stuff. Let me stop digressing, I'm sorry. So anyway, I don't have the perfect flow of words, but I just want to be able to explain myself a bit more better. Last year I joined YouTube finally after being in fear of joining YouTube for a long time, and especially because I have some issues even with my sometimes my self-confidence disappears. I know if you have watched some of my videos, and I know I'm making this video for the one or two people who consistently watch my video. Shout out to the guy from NFS in the comment box who we interacted with. He's a very chill person. So anyway, this is a video more so for those guys because maybe they have been wondering where I've been for some time. Just asking themselves like, where have I been? The reality is that after the video that I made, the one talking on, I'm sorry if I'm laughing, I'm nervous. The video which I was talking, or which was speaking, or where I was talking, bro. English is not my first language, I'm African. So anyway, and we do not speak African, okay? We speak, let me stop. We are different tribes, different countries, different languages. Some people from the western side and Europe who USA people, I know you watch my videos a lot. Many people think we talk African. We don't talk African. African is a term for this place we live, which is called Africa, the continent. We have different tribes speaking independent languages, and we stop digressing. It's uncomfortable, but anyway, let's go back to the video, the topic, the point. So anyway, the video that I made a while back on December, talking on my emotions and why I wanted to take some time off of YouTube, was because of my emotions. I was not stable, I was not balanced back then, and I was not able to make YouTube like for 1 month because I was very consistent. I was not really taking a break that much. Um, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but when you're on YouTube, you know, sometimes you even sacrifice your time. You don't even go to sleep. So most of the time, I would not sleep at night. I'd be late at night and go on Omegle or on what's it thing called, on my TV. to keep my brain awake. So when I'm editing the videos, then I send it at night. It takes a lot of hard work basically, and I would not sleep. I would sleep like 2 a.m., sometimes not at all. Like I would sleep at 6 in the morning. That time I really didn't have a job. So I I really didn't have good balance, and I was consistent. So I stopped making the videos. And that's why I made that video in December explaining just a bit of how I was not balanced, especially going through a very big heartbreak in my life. I was not a girl did not break your boy's heart. Look at me, I'm handsome. No, I'm joking. But anyway, it's not what you think. It's not a girl who broke my heart. It's more of a friends, family situation, and that really, I was ignoring my emotions, but it got the better of me. They got the better of me, and I found myself in a position where I could not make videos anymore. So I was able to find balance, but I could not be able to post because of internet challenges. I've spoken about the internet challenges that I faced a bit on like the Ultimate Spider-Man videos. I still remember mentioning that um, I I really I have access to internet. Okay, it's not that I steal it. I don't steal it. Of course, I'm in a place where I'm blessed enough to use it, but there was a lot of drama in between the people controlling the internet, and I personally am not a person who likes fighting people, just for like like I, I'll be I'll defend someone if I see they're being bothered or if they're in trouble. But when it comes down to me defending myself, or like, I don't know, like I'm like a pacifist. Let me say it like that. That's the best way to explain all the things that I'm trying to say. I'm like a pacifist. When it comes to myself, sometimes I won't like defend myself so well. So when it came to internet stuff and that drama, like I couldn't walk up to the people and like ask them why are they like why are we having a problem when it came to me accessing the internet. So I just let them do whatever they were doing, and it led to me not being able to post the videos. So that's why I was not able to post for a very long time up to January. So during January, that's when I went on and found a job. Uh, at that time, I was really last year I was really struggling on what type of job, not job, but my purpose in life, and I really didn't have people who are there for me to talk to communicate with the struggles, the mental chaos slash crisis that I was undergoing. Many people were just who are approaching me were just like, you're wasting time. Just make money. That's all you need to do. Stop overthinking. Well, they didn't even know what was going on in my head. They were just coming up to me and telling me, just make money, and that's it. You know. And I'm not saying that making money is a bad thing, okay? But for me, in that time period, something which was bothering me was my purpose in life. Something about me is that I ask myself a lot of questions which are people don't like asking themselves, or the deep questions that people ask themselves and hide and bury within themselves. Then you silence those questions, like the questions that I ask myself, and find myself asking people about them, and I get a lot of hate for that. Like, for example, when it comes to the topic of God, when I ask people like, what do you think about this topic? I know there's someone maybe who is feeling uncomfortable, and I said that word even, and I find people being annoyed, and I'm not. And when I ask people, I'd like to believe that I've grown to a point that I do not ask people questions in an offensive way. I try to be asking someone like that question from a point of what do you think about God personally? What do you think about God, the universe, how you are created? What do you think? Are we just here to exist, or is there a purpose that we serve, or something like that? And most of the times, they have not things have not gone my way because people just get triggered and angry, and I get it. But that's an example of the questions that I usually ask myself, and one of them, that's just an example, and one of them happens to be my purpose in life. Many people who I've met really, they, I guess they just don't really want to answer that question right now, or face. It's like it's like facing their own mortality. It's like facing themselves in the mirror and asking themselves like, why am I here, and what is my purpose here on earth? Who am I? Because those are the questions that I was asking myself last year. I was finding myself asking myself last year, um, because I was working, and even during I was working, and then I got to a point and I was asking myself like, is this job, like I was asking myself certain questions. Like for example, I was asking myself questions like, is this job that I'm doing something that I really want to do? Because I was finding myself in a position where I was not comfortable with the life that I was living in. Things felt like I was in a cycle. It felt like I was in like I want that to be able to pass. I was finding myself like I was in this big cycle where I would, excuse me, where I would just wake up, go to work, come back to the place where I was living home and sleep, wake up, go back to work. And I felt very exhausted because I like being true to myself and asking myself questions. And when I find myself like in that type of position, I ask myself like, what is the point of all this? Just waking up, just making money, being in a position where you're just being able to make money, but not really serving a purpose, and that really bothered me. I I tried to like put that or hide it, just keep quiet, like the way I have a wedgie. I'm sorry. um, just suppress my emotions, you know, just like the way other people do. But like I'm saying, like I'm telling you, I'm not able to do that for a long time because eventually that question will surface in my brain, in my mind, and I was not. I got out of the place where I was working and tried to go to another place. And when I went to that place, I found out I was not even comfortable there because it felt like I was not fulfilling my purpose. So after that, I went down the road, and in the midst of me asking myself this question and feeling guilty because I was asking myself this question, and not really everybody else around me in the society is really asking themselves this question, and everyone is just like excuse me, everyone is just like keep your head down and just uh, make money, and that, like, just do that, just get a job that make that money, and that's it. You don't like but for me it was very hard just to think like that. I want to be in a place where I feel like as a person I'm doing something which is helping me. I feel like I'm a whole person when I'm in that position, and I'm doing something which I know that is actually helping people, which led me down to the road of rediscovering YouTube. And I discovered that the best way that I can help people out is just making videos, you know. And I know it sounds crazy, but that's just where that's the best way I felt that I can help people out in which way you ask. Just like I guess just making people happy. Like that's just it. Like at the end of the day, you just watch my video. It gets you through something, you know. Because when it comes to life, not everything is roses and sunshine and rainbow and sunshine. That's a term, you know. So that was my best way that I could find myself helping people out, and I did that for some time. But obviously, okay, not obviously, if you have done YouTube, you'll discover that you know, YouTube won't immediately pay you, you know, something to support yourself, so that you know, you can financially support yourself immediately. You know, you need you need a plan, maybe get a job, or you need some sort of support system to help you out at the early stages, because in the early stages you don't really you like, people say that this world is not you don't live just because of money, but that is a lie, you know. In reality, people it's like people live because of money, and the reason why I'm as to why I'm saying that is because in the early stages of YouTube, like especially if you are in your 20s, you know, you are considered as an adult already. So you know, you need you just need financial support. You know, you just need to make sure you're getting finances for yourself. That's just it. Let me stop overcomplicating. I'm trying to like find a way to define it, but I think that's the simplest way. So I saw that the best way, or the best thing that I can do, is that well, I rather depend on myself. So I thought, why don't I try to seek for a job? And the first time I was seeking for the jobs that I was looking for, you know, I did not actually find it very easily. Well, I got denied by the boss, by the boss man. Then early January, that's when I was able to get now a job again. And my thinking was that what I'm going to do is that I'm going to do this job for some time, and it's going to help me and support me in doing YouTube. But the job that I was doing, because I actually left that job, is because the job that I was actually doing, I would get up early in the morning, 6, get prepared, then leave. Then I would come back like at in the is it in the afternoon or in the evening? At I would come back at 6 in the night. Yeah, just as the night at I would wake up around 6 a.m. Get prepared, prepare myself, then go to work, report by 8, then come back 6 at 6. No, not it wasn't like at 6 on the dot, you know, obviously, because I was it's a walking distance, so I would come back around 6:40 something p.m., sometimes 7. So I discovered what I saw is that I will not be able to just make YouTube videos. It's going to be hard for me to just record and do this. So it just became a bit hard for me, and and I yeah found myself leaving the job. So that I can try and pursue this YouTube thing, and it's not really easy though. I'm also trying to. I'm thinking. Well, I was planning to look for another job which is nearby and do YouTube, but I don't know. It's really hard, you know, like trying to figure out how to do YouTube and balance it, because especially when you are older, like not even just YouTube, but I think it's very hard like doing anything purposeful, or like if there's a dream that you have or a purpose that you have, because this YouTube thing was a thing that I wanted to do for a long time, but I kept on postponing it. So if there is something that you want to do, like a dream job and a purpose, because like YouTube was that for me. It's like a purpose and like a dream job for me, just being able to make these videos and doing something that I love. So if you have something like that and you are already in your 20s, it's very hard because you don't really have any structure or people who can like be supporting you as you are doing this thing on the side. You have a bit more free time if you are a bit younger, if you're in high school and you are doing it. But when you are older, it's a bit more harder. That's something that I've discovered, where I knew it, but it's still very hard to balance. I thought I would have it together by now, but it's just very hard to do it. Also, from the perspective, also when I was in this job, like it just became a bit more harder for me, like to pull myself from the job and come back and try and make videos, because like it felt like I was just getting back into the grind of, I was just I stopped believing into the YouTube dream. Let me say it like that. It felt like I was just going back to society, and I felt good, like not being opposed that much, not having people like be on my back, seeing me as a freak because I'm not thinking the same way that people are thinking. And another thing, if you are going to plan to do YouTube or something different than everyone else, like following your dream or something like that, um, people are going to come against you a lot. People are going to oppose you a lot. They're not going to understand. And it's very sad, but that's the reality. I'm just telling you in advance. I'm sorry, but it's something. It's more of a challenge thing, and uh, and I guess it's a combination of all these things of going back to work and feeling this warmth and feeling this anxiety. If I leave the workplace, I'll never be anything, because it's like I'll speak about a little bit of this of like when you are being in the school system. I remember in high school you would see many people who would walk away from school, and these people would get into trouble and walk away from high school, and go and try and do jobs outside of high school. Like some of them were very bright, like from the point of education, they were seeming very bright education wise. But me, I don't judge wisdom only based on how much you can be able to read in school or education wise. I judge it from how best are you able to understand something and grasp it and understand it and explain it back. That is how I judge wisdom. Adapt, understand it, and be able to come up with solutions, not only from an educational point or standpoint. So when you'd see people walking away from school or high school to do some jobs out there and hustle and get actually actual money, they would get into trouble. I'm sorry, my throat, I don't know what's happening. When you'd see them walking away or getting into trouble and being suspended, you'd see them as bad people. You'd see them as their evil, bad, the rotten egg in the bunch, and you'd really judge them. So that is the way it feels like when you are trying to pursue your dream. It's like you're not normal. People see you like you are different, and people naturally don't like things which go against what they are doing. So that's why I'm saying it has been different from that perspective. So when I got back into that place where people are comfortable with me again, it's gotten so bad. It had gotten so bad even to a point where people, okay, I won't mention that, but people are really negative with me. So when I got back into the good graces of people are, it felt good to be liked, you know. I've never said that out loud. It feels like a bit of a bombshell or something like that. It felt good not to be treated like a freak, like there's something wrong with me. But and that's what made it very hard for me to come back to thinking that I can do YouTube again, or I can adjust my life again and see how I can have more time, even though it's in a job, but I can do YouTube, or like I have more time to do YouTube, which is very hard. It feels impossible, or nearly impossible, but I'm hoping I'll be able to balance it out and do it. But openly, I just wanted to come out here and explain those things. I didn't realize I would speak on some things here and there. And also, when something else that I don't forget to mention, I want to say is that when I was when I'm in that position, you know, for me personally, all my life I was, yeah, I was a failure. It's a bit hard to say, but I was failing. Let me check if the camera is still recording. I'm not so sure. Okay, we are still rolling. So I was a failure in life, not in life, in education. I was failing a lot in education, and uh, the environment where I grew up in. If you fail in education, you're not considered as somebody bright or sharp. So people reject you. Okay, it was kind of survival, like a situation where it's like survival of the fittest. If you know what I'm saying, So I feel like I'm shaking right now. I don't. I feel nervous just letting that out to in front of people who I don't know. If I don't know if I don't know how many people are going to watch this video, so it's very hard, like ex- exposing something very deep, you know, personal. So it's very hard for me, like uh, failure or failing in life is something which is very scary for me. You know, it is a very big fear. You know, something very crippling to me because I didn't have a very welcoming. Well, many of us, I believe so, but I'm just speaking from my own experience. I can't speak on your everybody's behalf because I don't exactly know your position. But I know there are some people who are like me. I don't think I'm special by any case. I know even worse has happened to people, worse things than me. But failure, like, you know, it was a very big thing for me to get over in life. And still, as a grown up, there's no people don't really help you with your personal demons and personal challenges, hardships. Not everybody. And I had a friend who helped me out with it, and I had conquered it. But if anything, this um, a challenge is not something that most of the time that you overcome only once. It will always come back to challenge you again and again. And as an adult, it came back, harder than the last time we fought. It's like when Spider-Man fights his rogues gallery, he fights Sandman or Doctor Octopus. They come back again with some improvements, some advancements, some upgrades. And that's the way it was for me. And when this time when it came back around, it hit me in a way that I was heartbroken, and I started fearing failure again, and it crippled me for months, such that I did not have even confidence to go ask for work, you know. because I thought I would just fail. Even not just work, but I really wanted to be self-employed because I believe that I can do something with myself, with my own hands, and I can build something, you know, like with this YouTube channel. I sometimes believe in myself, that crazy faith and belief. And yeah, and that fear, when I went back to the employment circle and people like that fear came back. If I leave the workplace to try and find more suitable jobs so that I can be able to do my YouTube, that I'll fail. You know, I'll fail miserably, and that thing has been with me. It has been like a few weeks since I left the job place where I was. The conditions were not very good, but I kept pressing on despite having challenges even in my body. I still kept pressing on, but it got to a point where I was asking myself, am I still going to be in this position? I know that I can do things. I know that I am I have potential which is unlimited. I know that I can do so much more. But if I continue staying in that place, I'm not going to be able to accomplish everything that I know that I can set out to do. It's like putting a limiter on yourself. And I ask myself, for how long am I going to like this is very hard for me to share, I'm sorry, but you see me maybe, but I ask myself, for how long am I going to continue limiting myself because I'm afraid? And it led me to eventually quitting that job, and I just peacefully left. I did not by any means harass anybody or my boss. I just asked him that I just asked that not even asked. I was like, I just want to leave, and he was like, okay, and I just walked out, and I was like, I just left everybody. I didn't do it like in the movies the way like they drop the mic and they rebel. No, I just left because I couldn't take it anymore. I'm shaking a bit in my arms because uh, I'm fearing judgment from people, but yeah, it's not easy to express yourself in front of people or society because of you fear judgment and everything. But and I really don't want to defend myself so that I can be in your good graces. I just want to talk about this and just let it all out. So yeah, so this time I've been fearing these weeks. I've not been able to go back to doing YouTube. I've just been on TikTok, just posting TikToks, trying to put my content out there because I'm just afraid of really coming back to YouTube and doing it because I'm afraid of that I will fail. But I think I'm sorry, but I think if I don't conquer my fear and do this despite the way I've grew, I'm sorry, feel like I'm having a small panic attack. I'm sorry, just give me 1 minute. I'm trying. I've not told this to anybody, and I've not really let myself go through these emotions. That's why I feel like I'm going through withdrawal symptoms. Like I'm like, my, uh, still, I feel like stopping the video. I've not been honest with myself. I don't even feel like opening my eyes. I just feel like continuing the video like this. I've not been honest with myself these few months, and this is the first time in a long time I've been honest with myself. Even these weeks, just really afraid of coming back to YouTube and failing, and having people look at me and telling me, I told you I was right. But if there's anything that I've learned from me growing up to this age where I am at, I'm, uh, I'm debating whether I should say my age. But if there's anything that I've learned is that if I don't take charge of the things that I want to take charge of right now, when I get older, I'm going to regret it. And personally, I don't think I'll be able to live with that disappointment in myself. Because I think if there is the worst type of disappointment that you can live with is disappointment, or the greatest is being disappointed in yourself. I think that is the worst. You know, just like the way I'm afraid of myself right now and afraid of me being a failure without considering that I can be better. That if I continue um, pursuing my crazy dream and passion, that eventually it's going to open up a lot of doors of blessings, and I've lost a lot of things, you know. I don't know if this video is the right video to say this, but even my faith, you know, I'm sorry realizing the things which personally that I've lost, which have made me lose respect for myself and secretly hate myself. There are a lot, but I want to do right by myself by making sure I do this because I don't think anyone else is going to walk up to be in my position and do this for myself. Another thing that I wanted to say is that I've seen so many people who are young barely reach the age that I've reached and or gotten to, and they have died this year because of cancer and things which are out of their control. And the one thing that I am left with asking myself is if I pass away right now, like I almost shed a tear. Scary thinking about passing. Well, yeah, but I asked myself like if I pass, like the one question like bro, this is hard. Being yourself on camera on YouTube is hard. Like the one question that I ask myself is if I were to die, would I have lived the life that I knew that I wanted to live? Would I have pursued the things that I wanted to pursue? Like I'm imagining God asking me that question. Did you live the best life that you could live, doing everything that you wanted when you took charge, not letting things take hold, fear, excuses that we give ourselves? Did you do that? And just being speechless and being like, yeah, being quiet, knowing that the answer is a big no. And it makes me uncomfortable. It makes me unable to sleep at night. So this is me, your boy Dan Plays. I think I'm going to end the video here. Live your best life. Live your best life. I know right now I have very few views, and that really discouraged me a bit from continuing, just a bit before. It discouraged me before from continuing YouTube, but I remembered and quickly, well, not quickly, but it took me some time, and I got back to myself and realized I'm not doing this because I'm afraid of failing. I'm doing this because I know this is me living to the fullest of my potential in my life, living my best life. That's what I call it.